Welcome everybody out to this video on the LeanTakt YouTube channel. This video is going to cover how when I'm working with clients, develop the master schedule with the team and support them by creating a macro level takt plan. So I've got a nice little outline here for you, and I'm excited to share this information. So let's go ahead and get started. The purpose of a macro level takt plan is to get everybody to see as a group, know as a group, and act as a group. And the purpose of a macro level takt plan is to form that strategy, identify that overall total project duration, enable the design and pre-construction of a project, and really make sure that we are heading in the right direction so that we can get predictability for the project. So the first thing that I do and that we do at LeanTakt when we're engaging a client is to first do a kickoff meeting and to prepare with the client. And then one of the first things we'll do, as I'm showing you here, is establish the conditions of satisfaction, then go through the scheduling process that they want to follow, discuss the services that LeanTakt offers, and then map out how we're going to create that plan. And so that's the first thing that we do so that we can align with our client and listen and make sure that we're heading in the same direction. The second major step, which I want all builders and lean engineers to know, especially at LeanTakt, is that we always research the drawings. We need to be doing online or with physical plans a page flip and to go through and identify things like stairwells and electrical rooms and dense areas in the project or one-off areas that need special scheduling, like really going through and making sure that we have done a page flip and we know the nuances, not only that we've visualized the building, but that we actually understand the nuances is huge, 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 because we have to make sure that we're not missing anything when we then go to put together the schedule. So creating a schedule will always begin with researching the drawings. The other thing that I really like, and we talk about this with takt planning, you've got to know the number of zones that you should have to create flow. You've got to level the trades and how they're packaged, and you've got to level your zones by work density. And so this picture right here shows how we go through all the different types of drawings: HVAC, plumbing, fire protection, ICT, electrical, and we do highlights based on work density, and we plug that into our calculator to make sure that we are being effective with how we're shaping our zones and our zone sizes. Once we do that, we typically come up with a number of different scenarios. We don't always have to do this, but we like to look at the different scenarios, whether we've just taken the team's vision for the plan, or we've translated their CPM schedule to takt, or however we've done it. We look at different zoning strategies based on the calculator. And I'll go ahead and zoom in over here just a little bit. And you can see, hopefully once this renders, that we are really, when we're looking at these images, we're really wanting to see that, oh, this is a snapshot, so it won't show it. But we're taking this through our takt template calculator and looking at, hey, do we want 13 zones, 17, 23, or 23 with a different scenario? So we always look at different options. This might seem like a little bit of work, but it allows us to analyze mathematically what we should be doing and where we should be going. Once we do that, we'll typically have a pretty good idea. This is one of our project managers, Ana Luisa, and we typically sketch out, hey, how do we want to really put together this macro level takt plan? So you see these shapes, right, for the phases and how they interact. We'll typically do this. This sketching is huge because you can go into a schedule and start typing away at activities and get it way wrong. And so this prevents a lot of rework, allows our brains to really center on the structure of the plan, and gets everybody aligned. So this sketching is crucial. One of the things I want to show you, this is Alex over here as he and Anna were inputting this. We took that sketch, and if you can see on this picture, did just a general highlight in Excel, mimicking that structure. You can see that it looks fairly similar to the sketch that we have up here, but this is as we're starting to put it into Excel or in Takt. And we don't have tact wagons, we don't have sequences, but we're looking at the structure here, and it prepares the team to start entering this information in. Okay. Once that happens, we start filling in the details. And so you can see Anna and Alex here working and taking the information from the scenarios that they did and starting to create sequences. Once that happens, we have our first draft, and we really want to start reviewing that with the project team and getting the input, especially in preparation for visiting with the trade partners, or you can just dive in right away and start discussing this with the trade partners themselves. But the key is, can everybody see as a group, know as a group, and act as a group, and really start to make this macro level TAC plan, this master schedule, what it needs to be with the right milestones. I love that picture. This is an image of, and actually let me zoom out and make sure that I'm staying current. Yep, I'm good to go. Once we've done that review, we're able to come up with a beautiful macro level TAC plan. You can see this one. You have the structure, the exterior and roof, how they all tie together for the rest of the building. It's in the proper phasing and sequencing. It's all put together with a plan to finish all the way to the end. It's beautiful. We have the path of critical flow identified here. It's just quite amazing. And then we also have the zone maps to go with it. It's just a beautiful deliverable once we're done. Now the key is, this is a macro level plan. Yes, we've coordinated it with the trades, but the key is for each one of these phases to start doing pull plans with the trades. So that's exactly what we did. We dove right in on this project and started to really do pull plans for the phases and do them in our typical TAC planning fashion, where we have the right number of zones and we're doing stacking comparisons. And we're really starting to vet those sequences. And then once we're done, and this is more of a note for our internal team, we start to plan, hey, what's next? What are the pull plans coming up? What does the team need from a support standpoint? So this is the process that I love to use for the creation of the macro level TAC plan. A couple of things that I want to make sure we don't forget is this sketching, this macro phase mapping, or macro phase sketching is what we call it. Actually coming in here and chunking it into the file format and not being too worried about the details, just get the shape and you can fill it in from there. Taking the multi-scenario printouts and pulling in information, reviewing it with the trades, and then coming up again with this beautiful product that can be updated and maintained and used to communicate with the project teams. This is just fantastic. We cannot ever lose the art of creating a macro level TAC plan. I will say that when we go into the pull plans and create our norm level schedules, we will typically have a different TAC time. We will go into the norm. We will have a production level schedule, but this macro is a great way to start, and it can be done in relatively short order. I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.